Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Mission Lifeline EMS 2023 Recognition Program. Today's agenda will include an overview of the Mission Lifeline EMS program, a look at our 2022 awards summaries, key concepts for this year's recognition, any 2023 measure updates, the application process on how to apply, and we're going to look at a couple of 2023 award scenarios as well as answer any questions that you might have today. Launched in 2014, the Mission Lifeline EMS Recognition Program celebrates the achievement of the pre-hospital providers and their collaboration with each other in destination-specific hospitals to STEMI care. For the past 9 years, the American Heart Association has recognized thousands of agencies nationwide for their dedicated quality work with heart attack and stroke patients. As you all know, our pre-hospital agencies play an important and unparalleled role in the systems of care, often setting the course for patient care plans daily. Each shift, providers, both full-time, part-time, and volunteer, advocate for their patient outcomes. The 2023 recognition program, based on 2022 data, like previous years, continues to celebrate the achievement of the pre-hospital providers. This is just a look at our 2022 Mission Lifeline EMS Award recognition. As you can see, we had a total of 558 total submissions, and that includes our joint and regional as well. Majority of our agencies, or 52%, are Gold Plus for last year, and all agencies with the joint and regional applications totaled 624 award certificates, so 624 agencies across the nation. Thanks to Alex for this wonderful map, we are able to see where all of our agencies were located across the country. Please note if you attended the February webinar, the slides from today vary slightly. Please utilize today's PowerPoint and resources when applying for 2023 recognition based off of your 2022 data. Some key concepts for this year that might be different. There are not two tiers of recognition. We will review our pre-hospital EMS award component and our STEMI heart attack, target heart attack award in our upcoming slides. There have been also some revisions to our exclusion and exceptions requirements. We'll review those. There's a new application this year featured on Smartsheet, which will allow for agencies to have a really succinct way to apply, only requiring their numerator and their denominators for the quarter. The joint and regional applications this year are retired. If your agency was part of a joint or regional application last year, you'll note that in your application. The 2022 award status of the primary agency will be utilized for all agencies applying for individual submissions for 2023. A unique feature for this year's award is our AHA EMS ID. This is your unique agency ID that you'll put on your application that will allow us to link your agency, your previous awards, and your future awards, hopefully utilizing a wonderful, succinct way in order for us to give our agencies recognition. Our Plus Award designation is replaced with the Target Opportunity this year. Agencies that participate in the Mission Lifeline EMS Systems of Care Award will receive a targeted banner, and we'll show you what one of those might look like later today. Before we get too deep into our presentation today, I wanted to make sure that everybody had the application deadline. That'll be March 31st of 2023 this year, and the application deadline will close at 11:59 Central Standard Time. So let's talk about our 2023 measure updates. Please feel free to download the 2023 recognition criteria document located in today's handouts. Let's look at the first section labeled Mission Lifeline EMS Award. Measures 1 through 7 are primarily focused on process measures. They're focused on your on-scene care, bringing to the forefront the collaboration and contributions to patient care for non-transport and transport agencies. There's no hospital data component required for these measures. We look forward to the opportunity to recognize more agencies this year for their patient-centered care. Our second section, labeled Mission Lifeline Systems of Care Target Heart Attack Award, is focused on the systems of care for patients. There is a hospital component to this award. This award highlights the collaborations and contributions of both pre-hospital and hospital providers connecting a systems of care approach to heart attack and STEMI care. Before reviewing our measures, I want to remind everyone of some select definitions that the American Heart Association utilizes for recognition. Inclusion criteria are always factored into your numerator or your final count depending on the quarter. In most measures, this is your initial patient population and the specific criteria metrics involving a measure. Exclusion criteria are always removed from the denominator, and exception criteria are removed from the denominator if present and numerator is not met. So let's take a look at our measures. AHA EMS1 is the pre-hospital arrival notification for suspected stroke. This includes the percentage of EMS patients ages 18 years or older transported from the scene with a primary or secondary impression of stroke, whom a pre-hospital notification was done. AHA EMS2 is our documentation of last known well for patients with suspected stroke. This is the percentage of EMS patients who were transported from the scene with suspected stroke and for whom a last known well was documented. AHA EMS3 is the evaluation of blood glucose for patients with suspected stroke. This is the percentage of EMS patients who were transported from the scene with suspected stroke for whom a blood glucose level was evaluated during the EMS encounter. AHA EMS4, stroke screen performed and documented. This is the percentage of EMS patients who were transported from the scene with a suspected stroke and for whom a stroke screen was performed and documented. AHA EMS5, 12-lead ECG performed within 10 minutes for suspected heart attack. This is the percentage of the patients transported from the scene with chest pain or suspected heart attack for whom a 12-lead ECG was performed within 10 minutes of first medical contact. AHA EMS6 is the aspirin administration for STEMI-positive ECG. This is the percentage of EMS patients 18 or older transported from the scene with a STEMI-positive ECG who were administered aspirin. AHA EMS7 is the pre-arrival notification within 10 minutes for a positive STEMI heart attack ECG. This is the percentage of EMS patients ages 18 years or older who were transported from the scene with a STEMI positive ECG and for whom a pre-arrival notification was performed. Let's briefly recap AHA EMS 1 through 7. These are for both transporting and non-transporting agencies. At least 4 patients per year for the volume criteria, 1 STEMI patient and 1 stroke patient. The measures for this tier are based on the primary impression of the patient and not the final diagnosis. For your STEMI measures, the impression is chest pain or suspected MI. The age will now focus on patients 18 years or older, no longer patients 35 years and up. This is a look at our Mission Lifeline EMS award levels, our bronze, silver, and gold. As you can see, there's no change in award time period of compliance for award levels. And remember, the patient combination can vary as long as you have at least 1 STEMI and 1 stroke. I'd now like to talk about Mission Lifeline Systems of Care Target Heart Attack Award. This is our Hospital Integration Systems of Care Award involving AHA EMS 8 and AHA EMS 9. AHA EMS 8 is EMS first medical contact to PCI less than or equal to 90 minutes for patients with STEMI. This is the percentage of patients directly transported to a STEMI receiving center with EMS first medical contact to PCI in less than 90 minutes. AHA EMS 9 is our door to thrombolytic administration within 30 minutes. This is the percentage of patients with STEMI treated and directly transported to destination hospital with door to thrombolytics time of less than 30 minutes. Reminder, for these to be eligible, agencies must meet criteria for the pre-hospital award, so that's AHA EMS 1 through AHA EMS 7. You must also be a transporting agency. Your volume requirement includes at least 4 STEMI patients per calendar year. The measure will be dependent on the destination hospital type, for example, STEMI receiving or STEMI referring. Measures must have exception criteria, and they have it outlined in our FAQ document, which will be provided to you on our website as well as following to today's webinar. This is showing you our Mission Lifeline EMS Systems of Care award levels. Remember that the time of compliance must match that of the pre-hospital tier, at least 4 STEMIs, And for this, it's going to be the same award, but you'll have a highlighted banner showing your target STEMI. And so what I'm going to display now is going to be our Get With the Guidelines Stroke Award. And as you can see, this was an award given to a hospital for our inpatient registry, but you can see on there how we highlight the target stroke honor roll. It'll be similar to that branded Mission Lifeline. Let's talk about the application process. How to apply. First, you're going to view and download the application worksheet. This is a fillable PDF form that we have made so you can help gather all of your 2023 data based on your 2022 records. We're going to review the Mission Lifeline EMS Recognition Measures document. Reminder that this document will have slight changes from 2022. Please utilize the most updated version, which will go live next Thursday on the website. You abstract your data from your agency's electronic patient care record, and then you'll visit our website and you'll use the link on our website to apply. A couple reminders that our application this year does not save. It's a lot more simplified, but that means that there will be no set username or password. You'll need to finish the application in one setting since there's no save feature, but in order to do that, you'll need your AHA EMS ID. This is your unique identifier that will assist your agency this year, and you'll be able to find all of that information on our website. The website and application will be live on Thursday, January 19th, 2023. This is just a screenshot of what our application looks like. As you can see on the left, it's going to ask you for your AHA EMS ID as well as some basic information about your agency and your submitter information. On the right, you can see this is AHA EMS 1, our pre-arrival notification for suspected stroke. As you can see, it's a much more succinct information, and you'll need your Q1 and Q through 4 numerator and denominator. Simple, basic. Submit your information. Before we get to our question and answer section, I just want to walk you through some award scenarios and help you start thinking about our 2 sections of awards. Scenario 1, ABC County EMS earned the Gold Plus Award for 2022 Mission Lifeline EMS Recognition. They applied for recognition in 2023 based on 2022 data and met all required criteria and measures with at least 75% compliance for the pre-hospital and systems of care award. Which award will this agency receive? And that agency will receive the 2023 Mission Lifeline EMS Systems of Care Gold Award. In scenario 2, QRS Fire Department does not transport patient as in previous recognition years has been listed as a team member on a partner EMS agency's application. They meet volume criteria and 1/4 of compliance for the required pre-hospital award recognition measures. Which award level would this agency receive? The agency will receive the 2023 Mission Lifeline EMS Pre-Hospital Bronze Award. In scenario 3, City of XYZ EMS agency has never applied for recognition in previous years. The agency meets volume criteria and 75% compliance on all pre-hospital award measures for the calendar year 2022, except blood glucose analysis measure. They did not have any patients meet the denominator inclusion criteria for this measure. Do they qualify for Mission Lifeline EMS Pre-Hospital Award? No, they did not meet 1 patient in the denominator for each required measure. Since they did not qualify for the pre-hospital award, they're also not eligible for the Systems of Care award. And finally, in scenario 4, an EMS agency received a silver award in 2022. The agency meets all pre-hospital award criteria and measures compliance for 1/4 data. They meet the criteria and measure compliance for the calendar year 2022 for the required Systems of Care component. Which award will this agency receive? This agency will get the 2023 Mission Lifeline EMS Systems of Care Bronze Award. Since the agency only met 1/4 of compliance for the pre-hospital award criteria, they would only be eligible for a bronze award. The time of compliance must match for both award levels. So what are the next steps? Following today's webinar, you'll get a link with an email. In that, you'll have a hyperlink to our website where you'll be able to view the Mission Lifeline EMS award criteria documents, the measure narratives, and any associated next steps. Reminder that the application will be updated and available by Thursday, January 19th, 2023. We have some tentative office hours scheduled February 15th and March 22nd. So please go ahead and pencil those in. Note those may be subject to change, and once the registration is live for those, you will get an email with that link to apply. As a reminder, March 31st, 2023, your application submission period is closing, so you have to get your award submission in by March 31st, 2023 at 11:59 Central Standard Time. We will now begin answering questions submitted from today's presentation. As a reminder, you can still submit questions through the questions pane in your attendee control panel. At this time, I want to invite Aaron Leach and Alex Kuhn, program consultants and my colleagues, who will join me in moderating our question and answer session. Alex, Aaron.